Hello, I'm Dan O'Day, co-founder of ECFX, an intelligent automation platform for law firms. And I'm just going to briefly describe what we do because I'm sure you'll be excited about it by the time I'm done. So we offer real return on investment through intelligent automation. What does that really mean? Well, as I go through today's presentation, I want you to think about a few things. One is, how long does it take to do the tasks that I'm talking about? What's the cost to the firm for doing them? How much control do you have over it today if multiple people are doing this work and it's distributed among a large team? How much insight do you have into what they're doing today? And finally, what is the risk to the firm that something goes wrong because it's being done manually? So we're going to be talking about the manual processing of court documents as they come into the firm and automating that process. And there are a ton of benefits to doing that. So what does it mean? So a notice comes in and there's tasks to process. First of all, I've got to connect to what client matter is this for. I've got to log into the court's website. I've got to download those documents. Then once they're downloaded, I've got to profile them, essentially upload them into a document management system where they are stored. Might have other storage places to put them in, a shared file system. I have to determine who's on the case team, distribute that notice to the people on the team, make sure that the calendar docket department's updated so that no deadline is missed, and then make a record of that transaction, usually to ensure that everything was done end to end. That all takes time, and every one of those steps is error-prone. Typically, what happens at most firms is the email notice comes into the attorneys of records. Sometimes they already have admins or a docketing box included on that notice, but oftentimes it just goes into the lawyer forwards it to the admin, and then the admin's like, oh, who's on this team? I've got to figure that out, send it out to them. Oh, make sure the docketing gets a copy. All of that takes time, and it takes anywhere between 8 and 20 minutes. And we know that because we've got a lot of data for how long this takes. And if you have a different time frame in mind, I suggest you take a stopwatch and really measure it. But that's one notice. This is the chaos that you see across all the different courts you're dealing with. So you're not just getting PACER notices and maybe one state court notices, you're getting notices from different providers in different states, and it can be quite a mess. There are not necessarily standardized processes around it, and all of this takes time to work out. And everywhere you see an arrow there, there's a potential failure. So very excited to tell you there's a better way to do this. We're going to get rid of the old paper model because we do electronic court filing much the same way we did paper filing. We're automating that and bringing everything into the 21st century. So let's look at the product. So first of all, we have here a standard PACER notice. So this is coming in from the court. You'll notice it has some text on it. There are different types of notices. Each court has a different format. I have to click here to go get the document. I may have to, typically I'll have to use credentials to log into PACER to get the document. It depends on the link that I got. All of that takes time to download the document. Instead of that, wouldn't it be much nicer if you received an email like this with everything already in it? Your own client matter number, boom, right there. Documents downloaded, original notice is right there. Oh, all the information I need, great. I can see who else at the firm got it. We're good to go. Documents already stored in my document management system. And that took seconds. That's the product. If you're a lawyer, instead of getting those old PACER notices, you're going to see these new notices pop in, usually within 30 seconds of the PACER notice coming in. It's got everything you need, and you know the documents are in the DMS, and you're ready to go. Of course, behind the scenes, there is actually more to the product than that. The magic happens because we're able to see everything coming into your firm from every court. That's right. Let me repeat that. We're going to be monitoring all emails coming into your firm from every court. No one has to add you to a distribution list. No one has to remember to forward it to you. It's automatically going to come to you through a set of exchange rules that we help configure. When that comes into my inbox, generally speaking, it's going to take that data, compare it to data from our case management system that says, okay, that case has this matter on it. Boom, that's the case team, distribute it, send out the notice that I just showed. But what happens if I get a notice and the case isn't already in the system? Hey, this is how we improve your data. We let you know that we can't find that case. We give you this case not found message, you get an alert, you get a daily report letting you know when we can't find a case. All of that helps you identify areas where maybe someone didn't report that case to you. Maybe they did a pro hoc vice in a jurisdiction you don't typically practice in, and they forgot to mention it to the centralized docket team. All of that will capture. Nothing will be missed. So I mentioned that all this is set up and is already stored in the DMS. Well, Dan, how did that happen? We have something called storage policies. These storage policies can be set differently for different cases, for different matters, for different clients at different levels. In other words, we can save documents one way for the firm in general and a different way for a specific practice group, and even a different way for a specific case. This is a very powerful feature that really allows you to keep practices in place you may have today and enhance practices going forward in the future. You'll see we have the ability to, for example, put the document date, document number, other things into the name. And we also have the powerful ability to abbreviate those names. In other words, if you tell us that motion for summary judgment should be MSJ, we have the power to do that as well. We also have a number of settings, but I'm going to hit one that's really, really exciting, because you're saying, all right, Dan, I like the system, I like the emails, but we have different people in the firm. Those different people have different preferences. And that's why we created preference groups. So you can have people who get it in real time. You can have people who get a daily report once a day. You get people who get both. Whatever they like, we can support it. You can even have them get a different email template than other people. So if someone say, I don't like the way the subject line is, I want it to read like this, and I don't need these other fields on the email notice, you can create a template that's just for them, that gives them the notice in the format they like. Then you can have another format for other people. That's how powerful the system is. So you get control because you're going to save documents consistently the same way every time. You get the ability to give people their individual preferences. You get risk management because we're grabbing everything that's coming into the firm so you don't lose anything. And we're automating a process that's manual today, so you're saving a ton of money. The estimate over at Denton's is they saved 13,500 hours in the last year by using ECFX. Finally, we give you that visibility that I mentioned. So you can see, all right, how many documents have come in, where they come into, who are they coming in, what are our peak months, what are our top matters. All of that happens behind the scenes automatically. It's collecting data, it's watching what things are done. You can see where you're active in. Clients love this view by state because it allows them to say, oh, maybe we need more staff in Chicago, or New York's really busy right now. We need more people there. Really helps justify things, and you can take this to management to give them the data that you don't have today to help make decisions. So in summary, ECFX is a great way to take a manual process and automate it, taking what normally takes a human 8 to 20 minutes and doing it automatically in seconds. It works on weekends, evenings, holidays, 24/7. It's a fantastic tool, but you know what? Don't take my word for it. Talk to our clients. We have a large group of clients, 100% of which you can talk to and are referenceable. They will tell you how great it is. We have firms that will tell you this saved their lives. So please take the time to reach out, schedule a demo with us, and we'll show you how we make the magic happen. Thank you very much. I'm Dan O'Day. If you want to reach me, it's dan.o'day, O-D-A-Y, @goecfx.com. Thanks again. Have a great day.